Step back. Back in time to 14th century Europe, where you are a young page, on your way to serve in the castle of the infamous Baron Mortimer. But wait, you have a choice. The king mistrusts the treacherous Baron.
Spy in the castle is most concerning. Well, come in!
And needs someone like you to enter the castle as a spy. He wants you to gather as much information as possible from all the castle inhabitants. But be wary if you let your disguise slip.
Guard! Dispose of this spy! Immediately!
You'll find the Baron is not a forgiving man. Think carefully. You can either enter the castle as an honest page, or you can take on the king's mission and enter in disguise. You'll find the disguises and further instructions in the hut near the river's edge. So, you have come to know more of the king's mission. Well, it falls into two parts. First, find the vital information the king needs, as detailed on the scroll. Second, search for 5 pieces of a hidden castle map. If you are to spy inside the castle, you must dress in disguise. Change into one of the outfits the king has left for you to become a maid or a knight. Read what is written inside the golden book to learn the full details of the king's mission. Your disguise is excellent, maid. Now it's up to you to answer the questions, find the map, and serve the king. Good luck.
Psst, spy. I won't come out in case I'm seen. I'm the jailer. I'm on your side. Listen out for me while you're in the castle. I may be able to help. Spy, a word of advice. Keep busy inside the room so the Baron becomes used to you.
Ah, the maid. Good. I need someone to clean up in here. But wait, you're not my usual help. How do I know who you are?
I know. What special food do I give to my faithful dogs?
Caught in the act. I knew there was something suspicious about you. Guards!
Psst. Hey, I've got a plan. The laundry maid's washing today. She's heading down to the river. If you hide underneath the clothes she's taken out to wash, she says she'll smuggle you out. Give me 3 coins and she won't say a thing to anyone. Good luck to you, spy. Go ahead, spy. Knock and enter. But remember to keep busy when you're inside the room, else you'll look suspicious.
Ah, the maid. Come in, come in. No, wait. With a spy loose in the castle, I should be more careful.
If you are the maid, tell me how many beehives does the castle keep?
Guards, I found the spy. I thought as much. Remove the wretch immediately.
Hey, I've an idea. The gong farmer's coming this way soon. You could slip into his sack. Might be a bit smelly, mind, but it's got to be better than another minute in that cramped cell. Open the chest and give me some money to bribe him with. Good luck to you, spy. Go ahead, spy. Knock and enter. But remember to keep busy when you're inside the room, else you'll look suspicious.
About time. But where are the candles from the candle maker? Well, hurry and fetch them. My stock is very low, and I need them now.
Go ahead, spy. Knock and enter. But remember to keep busy when you're inside the room, else you'll look suspicious.
At last, the candles! In future, keep the room well stocked. Now come in and busy yourself.
Did I catch you nibbling some fine food from my umbry?
Perhaps you have heard the old rhyme. Some greedy folks from sleeping, no sooner they get up, but hand is in the umbry, and nose is in the cup.
That old bed is my most valuable possession. It is filled with fine feathers, so that I may slumber in peace. Unlike you, I cannot sleep soundly on a stack of straw or a pile of dried beech leaves.
Hey, it's me again. I see you've answered all the king's questions. Let me look at them for you. Excellent answers, Spy. I'll pass them on to the king. He'll be delighted with your information. Oh, and by the way, I found a piece of map that I've put into your chest. Hope it's of use to you. I'll have to go now. We can't be seen talking.
That is one of the reasons I am able to sleep so well. The stone has been thoroughly heated in the fire and wrapped in a bolt of cloth. Once placed between the sheets, it warms the bed nicely. Put another log on the fire to warm the room. The castle is a draughty place, and I am forever catching chills and colds. Those herbs scent the air pleasantly and banish the clinging smell of damp and decay. You are lucky to gaze at such a fine work of art. It was made in the village of Arras in France by the most skilled of weavers. The gold threadwork speaks of its quality. See how I can know all that happens on the castle lands. That wine is of fair quality, and will do for now. But when the knights have paid their shield silver, I think I shall buy a hogshead of something far better. Pour me some ale from that jug. Would you believe that this castle drinks its way through 300,000 gallons of ale every year? I expect you visit the bathhouse in town for your scrub down. I have the luxury of bathing alone. Well, I would do if those good-for-nothing kitchen hands got round to carrying the hot water upstairs to fill my tub.
Sniff gingerly at those bottles if you will, but handle them with great care. The exotic perfume they contain is more costly than you could ever imagine.
That robe will serve me well at tonight's banquet. Brush it down for me, but carefully. Don't pull at the fine fabric, or you will rip it from collar to hem. What may you be doing looking in there, maid? The only cause you might have to look into my privy is to clean it. What are you doing, prying into my casket? Well, I suppose you may gaze in awe for a while. The craftsman has used the elaborate scenes well to hide the locks. I am the only other person who knows where they lie.
Listen to me, spy. When you've entered the room, be sure to keep busy. Carry out some of the tasks you find so the cook doesn't suspect you.
James, come in here, you idle wretch.
Oh my, it's not him at all. You haven't seen him, have you? That idle boy's done nothing to help as usual. Oh well, one pair of hands is as good as any other. Come on in, you can help me instead.
Empty that rubbish down the chute for me, will you? Lord, it stinks to high heaven. Get lively and turn the spit for a while, will you? Or we'll have one side of the meat burnt and the other side raw. I've just cut those trenches of stale bread for tonight's banquet.
By the time they're cleared from the table, they're soaked in gravy and very tasty, believe me.
If we're to have hot water to wash in, you better throw some turf onto the fire. And don't you go throwing on some of them precious faggots while I'm not looking. Don't look too close to that round-bellied cauldron. In there we toss anything that looks unfit to eat and boil it up to make broth and sauces. The clever ironsmith has made that crane so we may lift and tip the heaviest of pots. We use that flesh hook to take the meat out of the pot when it's cooked. Since you were fiddling with that old iron thing, you can give it a polish. It's called a curfew. It catches all the sparks and so guards the kitchen against fires at night. That heavy bowl is a mortar, in which we grind food with that stick called a pestle.
Food mashed in this way can be politely picked up in the hand and popped into the mouth.
Careful now when you set those bread cakes into the oven. Poor folks like us never get to eat bread like that. We make do instead with ravel bread. Coarse brown stuff it is too. Do be careful. Tapping at them costly spices could ruin us both if they spill.
Them upstairs likes to eat their food spicy, but I call it showing off. The more noble the guest, the spicier the Baron likes to eat.
Some herbs like that freshly cut rosemary and sage grow all year round. But fennel flourishes only in the summer, so we collect its seeds to liven up our winter stews. Some herbs like that Pour yourself some of that ale. Not too much, though. It's the full-strength stuff, same as the ploughman and the blacksmith drink. I've just cut those trenches of stale bread for tonight's banquet.
By the time they're cleared from...
I've just cut those trenches...
Your disguise is good, spy, but the alchemist may still be suspicious. Here's a tip. Keep busy and he'll suspect nothing.
A good disguise, but not good enough. Your low-down snooping stops here. Guard!
Psst. Hey, there's no time to lose. The woodcutter's here with his barrow. He's offered to help you. All he wants for his trouble is 3 coins, and that's got to be better than staying here a moment longer. Open the chest and give me some money to bribe him with. Good luck to you, spy. Your disguise is good, spy, but the armorer may still be suspicious. Here's a tip. Keep busy and he'll suspect nothing.
Ah, the maid. Just the person. Could you fetch a hammer from the blacksmith's forge? I haven't the time to go there myself. Thank you. I'll be very grateful.
Your disguise is good, Spy, but the armourer may still be suspicious. Here's a tip. Keep busy, and he'll suspect nothing.
You brought the hammer like I asked you? Good. Good. Come in, and I'll tell you about the work of an armourer.
If you really want to help me, you can harden that sword by removing it from the fire and plunging it into that bucket of water. The process, if you're interested, is called quenching. An armorer needs a fire hot enough to mold metal. Pull that rope and give the fire a blow from the bellows. Knights need plates of armor for the most vulnerable parts of their body. For each plate, I have an anvil of the right shape over which I hammer a sheet of metal. Knights need plates of armor for the most cheap to make and quick to fire. That's the longbow for you. The bow is about the breadth of an archer's span between his outstretched hands. See the grooves on the end of those longbow arrows? They are for keeping the arrows in place on the bowstring. The crossbow is certainly more accurate and powerful than the longbow, but it's slow to load up, thereby endangering the life of the crossbowman. That is a bassinet. In a tournament, the ladies of the castle can identify their knight by the distinctive feathered crest on his bassinet. Battle armor may look clumsy and heavy, but if it were, it would be of little use. Well-made armor should be comfortable to wear and yet be almost indestructible. I use that rotten stone for polishing armor. The large size is used first to give a rough polish. The finer grains I use for the final shine. That strange stone circle is a grindstone. When a sword is held against its rotating surface, the blade sharpens to a fine cutting edge. Give it a go! Try making that blunt sword a little sharper. Chainmail protects the wearer against sword blows, but it must be worn over a thickly padded undergarment, else it rubs the skin red raw. Chainmail.
You must be used to cleaning and polishing. So you can lend me a hand with that breastplate. I don't want to hear another word until I can see the whole room reflected in its surface.
To make a suit of armor, I must first take my client's measurements and use them to make a pattern. Ha! Look at that pile of worthless junk. Young knights today have no respect for their armor. When a shower wets the steel, do they send their heralds to dry the drops? Hell's teeth, no. They let rust eat away at the fine steel. Then they send it to me to clean and fix. Ha! That olive oil has been imported from Spain. Rubbed into steel, it guards against the evil of rust. Knights certainly enjoy showing off. If they are to joust in a tournament, they will wear only the most elaborate and expensive armor. Far more cumbersome than battle armor, but that's the price of vanity. This is how a piece of armor starts life, as a dirty sheet of unpolished steel. There's a lot of work to be done before that can be of use to a knight. This is how a piece of armor starts. That there is an anvil over which flattened metal is shaped into a breastplate. It should be a quick process, mind you. If the metal is hammered for too long, a duck feather could poke through the plate.
Spy, a word of advice. Keep busy inside the room so the alchemist becomes used to you.
I can't talk now. I have encountered some, difficulties. Come back later when I am of clearer mind. I told you not now. Oh my. Months of work ruined. Don't you have ears? Be off with you. I won't tell you again.
Spy, a word of advice. The alchemist is sure to get suspicious if you don't show enough interest inside the room.
Ah, the maid. Come in, come in. No, wait. With a spy loose in the castle, I should be more careful.
If you are the maid, tell me how many women...
Guards, I've found the spy. I thought as much. Remove the wretch immediately.
Hey, I've got a plan. The laundry maid's washing today. She's heading down to the river. If you hide underneath the clothes she's taken out to wash, she says she'll smuggle you out. Give me 3 coins and she won't say a thing to anyone. Good luck to you, spy. Listen to me, Spy. When you've entered the room, be sure to keep busy.
You have the herbs? Good. I need them for a new potion. Yes, yes, come in and look around, but don't bother me. I have too much to do.
It's a small furnace, but the heat will soon thaw your hands and face.
It is because of my extensive use of the bellows to fan the fire that I have come to be known as a puffer. I fear I am becoming the castle joke. Does no one respect my work?
Have you seen the effect of heating the dullest of ingredients? Here, drop some of the red powder into the crucible. That valuable chart shows how the positions of the stars affect our health. The sun, the fiery object in the sky, represents the metal gold. Its symbol is a perfect circle. The moon shines with a silver light, so silver is the metal we link with it. The sign of Mercury means two things to me: The silver planet in the heavens, and the curious metal that flows like water. Alchemists like me are bewitched by Mercury. It promises gold, but delivers nothing but insanity. Tin is the metal that shares the sign of the planet Jupiter. The symbol for the metal iron. We alchemists associate iron with the planet Mars, as when corrupted by water, it turns as red as the glowing planet. The dullest of all metals, lead's symbol, is also that of the planet Saturn. Lead's heavy bulk and Saturn's sluggish movement suit each other well. The planet of love, Venus, and its female sign signify the metal copper in alchemy. I never rely on my humble judgment as to how much of each ingredient I should mix. Instead, I place my trust in those scales. See how accurate they are for yourself. The flasks of an alchemist are like animals. We liken this one, called an alembic, to a bear because of its bulging belly. The flasks of an alchemist That astrolabe is a useful device for scholars such as I to study the stars in the night sky. I can use that sand glass to time my experiments, because I know the time it takes for the sand to run from one side of the glass to the other. A herbal drink made from that plant could make your mistress's crying baby sleep all night through.
Can you keep a secret? Those touchstones and talismen are worthless trinkets to deceive fools. One of them, crocodile dung, is no more than horse manure. I cannot hide my laughter as the rich exchange gold for it.
Fine work, maid. You found the Baron's escape tunnel. Let's tell the king immediately.
I'm certainly impressed with your work, Spy. You played your role so cleverly. Thanks to your discoveries, I'm able to set my army to siege the castle, while we wait for the cowardly Baron to escape through what he thinks is his secret tunnel.
Escaped! A reception party, eh? I might have known you'd be behind this.
Seize him!
Don't worry. I'm coming. No point in resisting now. Admirable work, Spy. If only I'd had you working for me. Don't pity me. Do you think these four walls will hold me for long?
Deluded man. He'll be locked in that cell for years, no more than he deserves the misery he's caused. As for your reward, my scribe has written out a scroll that proves you've undertaken this dangerous mission. You'll see the scroll displays your very own coat of arms. Wear it with pride. And remember, you'll be welcome in this kingdom for as long as you care to stay.